Hey, hope you're having a good Tuesday. Thank you for joining me for today's 5 for 5. All this week, we are talking about parenting, and we're talking about the joy that we get to be able to pour into our kids. And sometimes it may not always feel like a joy. You know, the first day you see your babies, when they're little, when they're tiny, it's such a great thing. They're just sleeping all the time, and they're so sweet and great to hold. But if you were like me, maybe the first one you took them home, and nighttime was daytime and daytime was nighttime. And our little Emma, when she went home, she just wanted to scream and cry all night if you weren't holding her. But then at the same time, you had the great joy of just rocking her and holding her and getting to cuddle with her right there and see her just looking up into your eyes. But even as they get older, they learn things. They learn how to say things like no, and how to tell you that they don't want to do what you told them to do. You learn that they have to start to stretch their wings a little bit, and sometimes they try to do that against you as a parent. And you struggle with that, and you try to figure out, how do I help them to expand their boundaries while also still helping them to have safety around them through that? How do I train them up to follow after the Lord in a world that really is in so many ways trying to derail them, and in a world where they're trying to stretch their wings and get out there and go? It's a tough job sometimes to be a parent, and sometimes we lose that joy that's there. That's why one of the things we're challenging you with this week is to spend 60 minutes of uninterrupted time with your kids. Maybe spend time around a dinner table with no screens around, no phones around, no distractions. If you have to, even turn off your Apple Watch or whatever those things are that are distracting you. Spend some time going to a game together or get out and play together. Just find some way to connect with your kids one-on-one or with all your kids together for 60 minutes. And take time to do that. We'd love to hear from you on how you do that. Share that with us in our comments, because I think it'd be an encouragement to other parents to see ways that you were able to connect and to maybe get some ideas of what they could do too. In Psalm 127, it says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, those who labor in vain. Those who build it labor in vain." So often we have a lifetime that we're trying to build. We're looking for a reputation, or we're looking for establishing ourselves in an industry or in an occupation, in a profession. So often we're trying to build a house, or we're trying to build wealth. We're trying to build a life that ultimately will just be something we can leave behind and have an impact on this world. Maybe we're even trying to build ourselves in ways that will just impact our community and the world around us. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, one of the greatest impacts we can have is an impact on the next generation. And if you're a parent, you've got that impact each and every day. In Psalm 127, verse 3, he goes on to say, "Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward." With all the things that we could seek to impact this world with all the things we could seek to benefit ourselves with in this world, the great heritage that we have are the kids that God blesses us with. The great reward that we can gain in this life, it says, is to ultimately leave behind a heritage of faith as we have children who we train up to follow after God, and to ultimately speak not only for ourselves and for our families, but ultimately for Him and for His glory. It all starts with a relationship with the Lord, following after Him and building our houses on His name and for His fame. Children are a heritage from the Lord. They are a great reward to us that God gives to us. And I encourage you, if you have kids, take time this week to remember those joys. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes bills come due. Sometimes things just pile up in our relationships with our kids, and conflicts and stress can get in the way. But take time to put some of that aside and spend time with your kids, and pray for the Lord to really build your house in a way that will glorify Him and give Him honor. And like I said, we'd love to hear how you're able to spend that time with them this week. Share that with us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for notifications so you can tune in all this week as our pastors share more truths from God's Word about how we parent our kids. Hope you have a great week.